My name is Isaac Thompson. I'm an operations manager at a construction company in Portland. I check payroll every month. In March, I noticed a strange name, Jonathan Miller. He's been working at our company for 3 years, earning $4,500 per month. But I've never seen this man. I asked HR, nobody knows him. No entry/exit records in security. No ID card. No desk. But his salary is paid regularly every month. Very strange. When I examined HR files, I saw a perfect CV, references, experience, everything normal. But this man was like a ghost. That night at home, thinking, a terrible suspicion came to mind. What if this wasn't coincidence? This story began in March 2024. I've been working at Evercrest Construction Group in Portland for 15 years. I'm 38 years old. I'm married, have 2 children. Emma is 12 years old. Little Sam is 8 years old. My wife Sarah works at an accounting firm. I'm a reliable man. I pay attention to details. That's why I became operations manager. Everyone at our company knows me. I'm known as fair, honest, meticulous person. Our company is a medium-sized construction firm. We have 150 employees. We do residential projects. We build apartments, office buildings around Portland. Annual revenue around $25 million. It's a good company. Respectable. High customer satisfaction. Low employee turnover. I've built my career here. Started as assistant manager, now operations manager. One day I hope to become general manager. But that March day everything changed. On the 15th of every month, I do payroll review. This is my routine. I drink my morning coffee, open my computer, look at Excel files. Payroll, overtime payments, benefits calculations, tax withholdings. I review everything. I work with CFO Jennifer Walsh. Jennifer has been with us for 8 years. Reliable, experienced, meticulous woman. Has CPA certification. Princeton graduate. Perfect at budget control. We work together very well. That day I sat at my desk. It was 9:30 a.m. Office was still quiet. Most employees come at 10. I like coming early. Ideal for concentration. I opened Excel file. I looked at employee list. Names in alphabetical order. Anderson, Brown, Clark, Davis, Edwards, Miller, Jonathan. I paused. I didn't recognize this name. Very strange. Normally I know everyone. Miller. Jonathan. Senior Project Coordinator position. Start date: January 15, 2021. Salary: $4,500 per month. Benefits: full package. Health insurance, dental, vision, 401k contribution, paid vacation. I had never seen this man. Never talked to him. He wasn't in meetings. His name didn't appear in project reports. At first I thought I might not remember. A company with 150 people, it might be hard to know everyone. But senior coordinator. This position works directly with me. We meet several times a week. I get project updates. I review status reports. This was impossible. I drank my second coffee. Looked at file again. Jonathan Miller. Employee ID: 1247. Department: Project Management. Direct Supervisor: Greg Patterson. Emergency Contact: Sarah Miller, spouse. Phone: 503-555-0147. Address: 2847 Oak Street, Portland, Oregon 97210. Very detailed file. Everything looked normal. But I had never seen this man. I asked HR assistant Carol Martinez. Carol's desk is next to my office. She's been here for 5 years. Knows everyone. Very social girl. Knows office gossip. Carol, do you know Jonathan Miller? Who's that Isaac? I see him on payroll. Senior Project Coordinator. I've never heard this name. Which department? Project Management. Should be working under Greg. Isaac, I know who's on Greg's team. Tom, Rick, Angela, Mike. There's no Jonathan. Are you sure? Of course. I see them every day. We go to lunch together sometimes. Strange. Carol's memory is very good. She doesn't make mistakes about these things. I asked project management team. I walked to corridor where their offices are. I knocked on Supervisor Greg Patterson's door. Greg has been here for 10 years. Senior employee. Reliable man. Greg, do you have a minute? Sure, Isaac, come in. Have you ever worked with Jonathan Miller? No, Isaac. I don't know this name. He appears as senior coordinator. On your team. Impossible, Isaac. I know who's on my team. Tom Henderson, Rick Silva, Angela Morrison, Mike Chen. 4 people. There's no Jonathan. Very strange, Greg. He appears in your department on payroll. Must be mistake. Or is there another Greg in company? No, you're the only Greg here. Very strange, Isaac. I've never heard this name. I also asked Tom Henderson. Tom has been project coordinator for 6 years. Most experienced on team. Tom, do you know Jonathan Miller? No, Isaac. Who's that? Apparently senior coordinator. On Greg's team. Isaac, I know everyone on our team. No Jonathan. Ever heard the name before? Never. And I would remember. Not common name combination. It was getting very strange. Entire team didn't know this man. I went to security desk. Ground floor next to reception area. I talked to guard supervisor Linda Johnson. Linda has been here for 7 years. Knows security protocols very well. Familiar with systems. Linda, can you look at Jonathan Miller's access records? Sure, Isaac. Do you have employee ID? 1247. Let me check. She searched on her computer. Studied screen. Frowned. No records, Isaac. No badge activation under this name. He should have been working here for 3 years. No security clearance in system. No building access. Badge not issued. How is that possible? I don't know, Isaac. Everyone gets badge first day. Mandatory. Can you check card reader records? Sure. She did more detailed search. Scanned 3 years of records. Nothing, Isaac. No entry/exit records. No after-hours access. No weekend entries. Ghost. This was very strange. Badge required to enter building. How was this person getting paid? I went to IT department. 3rd floor. Manager Steve Wilson's office. Steve is technical guru. Server administration, network security, database management. Understands everything. Steve, can you check Jonathan Miller's computer access? Sure, Isaac. Last name Miller. Yes. Employee ID 1247. He searched database. Opened multiple screens. Network activity, email logs, file access, everything. No computer assigned Isaac. No network account. No email address. No domain login. But he's employee on payroll. From IT perspective, no such person exists in system. 3 years working here? Impossible. Day 1 we do account setup, email, network access, software licenses. None of this exists for this man. Very strange, Steve. Want me to check historical data? Please. He did deeper search. Archive files, deleted accounts, inactive users. Nothing, Isaac. No trace. No account creation logs. No deletion logs. From IT perspective, this person never existed. When I got home, I was confused. At dinner, I couldn't tell family. Too complicated. Too strange. I told my wife Sarah basic version. Honey, I discovered something very strange at work. What happened, Isaac? There's ghost employee at company. He's been getting paid for 3 years, but nobody knows him. How is that possible? I don't know, Sarah. Very confusing. Could be system error. Or fraud. That's what I'm afraid of. Be careful, Isaac. This could be serious. When Emma was doing homework, I went to her. She was solving math problems. Normal evening routine. But my mind was constantly on Jonathan Miller. Who was he? Where was money going? How was this possible? That night I couldn't sleep. I kept thinking. Different scenarios forming in my head. System glitch? Database error? Identity theft? Inside job? Embezzlement? Possibilities were endless. I woke up early in morning. 5:30. Took shower, made coffee, read newspaper. But couldn't concentrate. Mind constantly wandering to Jonathan Miller mystery. I went to office at 7:30. Building was empty. Security guard Tony was on overnight shift. Elevator was quiet. I turned on lights on our floor. Alone. I needed to examine HR files in more detail. But I needed to make appointment with Jennifer Walsh. She normally comes to office at 8:30. Jennifer came at 8:45. Coffee cup in hand. Briefcase on shoulder. Normal routine. We said good morning, made small talk about weather. Jennifer, we need to do personnel files review. Is there problem, Isaac? I found suspicious employee record. What kind of suspicious? Let's discuss in conference room. Private matter. Sure. Am I available at 9:30? We had meeting with Jennifer Walsh in conference room. Small room, glass walls, projector, whiteboard. Jennifer brought notebook, pen ready. Isaac, what's the issue? There's employee named Jonathan Miller. Been on payroll for 3 years. But nobody knows him. That's very strange. Let me check files. In HR office we opened Jonathan Miller's file. There was comprehensive file. Manila folder, very thick, lots of documents. Application form. Handwritten, professional. Resume, 10 years construction experience. References, 3 previous employers. Background check. Passed. Drug test. Negative. I-9 form. Complete with documentation. Tax forms. W-4. State forms. Emergency contact. Sarah Miller, spouse. Address, 2847 Oak Street, Portland, Oregon. Bank information. Direct deposit setup. Benefits enrollment. Full package. Performance reviews. Excellent ratings. Everything looked legitimate. Too legitimate. Jennifer, did you verify these references? Yes, Isaac, our standard process. All checked out. When was application processed? January 2021. Normal hiring cycle. Who interviewed him? Jennifer checked notes. According to file, Greg Patterson interviewed. You signed off final approval. I don't remember that. Your signature is here. Looked at signature. Looked like mine. But I didn't remember Jonathan Miller interview. Who did background check? External agency. Northwest Verification Services. Drug test results? All normal. Copy is in file. I examined file in detail. Very professional. Very complete. But something felt wrong. Handwriting was too perfect. Almost too neat. Too consistent. Like someone practiced. I looked at references. Mountain Ridge Construction. Supervisor. Robert Taylor. Cascade Building Company. Manager. Patricia Williams. Northwest Projects Incorporated. Director. Stephen Martinez. Phone numbers, addresses, contact information was complete. Jennifer, can we re-verify these references? Sure, Isaac. Unusual request, but I can do it. Possible today? I'll try. I was thinking about checking address. I looked at 2847 Oak Street on Google Maps. It was valid address. Residential neighborhood. Nice area. Middle-class housing. Nothing suspicious. I started thinking about hiring private investigator. But first I needed to talk to CEO Brian Foster. This was serious allegation. Careful approach needed. I scheduled appointment with Brian's secretary. 2 p.m. meeting. Brian always busy. Meetings back to back. But this was urgent. Brian, there's serious situation. We need to discuss. What's going on, Isaac? I discovered phantom employee. 3 years payroll fraud possibility. That's very serious accusation. Let's talk in conference room. In CEO office I explained situation. Brian has been in construction industry for 25 years. Company founder. Smart businessman. Pays attention to details. Brian, employee named Jonathan Miller, has been getting paid for 3 years. $4,500 monthly. But this person doesn't exist. How is that possible, Isaac? HR file is complete, but physical presence is 0. What's total amount? $162,000 over 36 months. Jesus Christ. This is major theft. We should start investigation. Agreed. I'll contact legal counsel immediately. Discretion important, Brian. If this is internal fraud, suspect shouldn't be alerted. Absolutely. Need to know basis. We organized meeting with company attorney Robert Chen. Robert is corporate law specialist. Has white-collar crime experience. Sharp mind, careful approach. Robert, we have employment fraud situation. We need your advice. Tell me details, Isaac. I explained situation step by step. Robert took careful notes. Asked questions. Requested clarifications. This could be federal crime. Wire fraud, mail fraud, identity theft, embezzlement. What's our liability? Depends on involvement. If employee acted alone, minimal. If management complicit, serious. What should we do? Collect evidence. Document everything. Hire private investigator. Prepare to file police report. Timeline. As soon as possible. Evidence can deteriorate. Suspects might flee. I contacted licensed private investigator Marcus Rodriguez. Former police detective. White-collar crime specialist. Good reputation. Discretion guaranteed. Marcus, I have employment fraud case. Need investigation. Give me details, Isaac. I explained case. Marcus asked professional questions. His experience was obvious. I've seen this type of fraud before. Usually inside job. Someone with system access. Do you have suspects? Not yet, but we'll need to investigate everyone with database access. How long investigation? Depends on complexity. Minimum 2 weeks. Could be longer. Cost: $150 per hour plus expenses. Estimate $5,000 to $10,000. Marcus prepared investigation plan. Jonathan Miller identity verification. Address surveillance. Bank account tracing. Reference verification. Employee background checks. System access audit. Financial analysis. Timeline reconstruction. First we did surveillance at 2847 Oak Street. Marcus and I did Friday afternoon drive-by. His car, unmarked sedan. It was normal residential street. Tree-lined. Sidewalks. Mailboxes. Middle-class neighborhood. House appeared occupied. Car in driveway. Lights in evening. Marcus did door-to-door inquiry Saturday morning. We talked to neighbors. Casual approach. No suspicion. Excuse me, do you know Jonathan Miller? No, nobody by that name lives here. Who lives at house number 2847? Rodriguez family. Maria and Carlos. They've been there for 10 years. Children. 2 teenagers. Nice family. Next neighbor. Is Jonathan Miller name familiar? No, never heard it. Anyone moved in recently? No, neighborhood very stable. Address was fake. Definitely. We investigated emergency contact Sarah Miller. Phone number was disconnected. No profile on social media. No filing in tax records. No driver's license. No voter registration. It was fake identity. Complete fabrication. References verification was shocking. Marcus used professional contacts. Mountain Ridge Construction. No employee named Jonathan Miller ever worked here. Cascade Building Company. No record of this person. Northwest Projects Incorporated. Never heard of him. All references were fake. Complete fiction. Marcus did banking investigation. Used federal connections. Accessed financial networks. Found account under Jonathan Miller's name. Pacific Northwest Bank. Downtown branch. Monthly $4,500 direct deposits were coming. Withdrawals were cash. ATM transactions. Systematic pattern. Always within 48 hours of deposit. Isaac, this is shell account. Money is being systematically withdrawn. Who has access? We'll need to request ATM footage. Legal issues? Need subpoena. Court order. We started legal subpoena process. Attorney Robert Chen prepared court documents. Got federal judge approval. Secured bank cooperation. Process took 10 days. Bureaucracy, paperwork, legal requirements. But finally got bank cooperation. ATM footage was shocking. Marcus and I reviewed in private room at bank. Security manager was present. High-resolution cameras. Clear images. Person making monthly withdrawals was Jennifer Walsh, our CFO. Marcus, this is impossible. Jennifer has been working with us for 8 years. Evidence doesn't lie, Isaac. She's withdrawing money. But she's CFO. Why would she steal? Financial pressure, gambling, drugs, lifestyle. Reasons vary. It was devastating. Jennifer was trusted employee. CPA, Princeton graduate, family woman. But evidence was clear. It was time for confrontation. But first we needed to gather more evidence. Strong foundation needed for criminal case. Marcus investigated Jennifer's personal finances, public records, credit reports, property transactions, lifestyle analysis. Recent luxury car purchase, BMW 7 Series, $85,000. New house mortgage, $750,000 home, upgraded from $400,000. Expensive vacations, Europe trips, Caribbean cruises. Credit card debt significantly decreased, from $45,000 to $8,000. Investment accounts, significant deposits, timing suspicious. Lifestyle inflation was obvious. Income versus expenditure mismatch was clear. We investigated Jennifer's work patterns, system access logs, after-hours activity, payroll modifications. Marcus hired IT forensics expert. Results were damning. Payroll system access outside business hours. Jonathan Miller record creation. January 15, 2021, 11:47 p.m. Salary modifications always late evening or weekend. Bank information updates from Jennifer's computer. IP address tracking. Jennifer's home computer. Technical evidence was overwhelming. We had strategy meeting with CEO Brian. In conference room, doors closed. Sensitive discussion. Brian, evidence points to Jennifer Walsh. I still can't believe this. Jennifer is trusted employee. Financial records are clear. Technical evidence is solid. She's stealing. What's next step? Let's get advice from legal. We should involve FBI. We arranged attorney conference call. Robert Chen gave guidance. Robert, are we ready to confront employee? Evidence is strong. Very strong. But we should involve FBI. Federal jurisdiction. Wire fraud is federal crime. How will process proceed? FBI investigation starts. They review evidence. Then arrest, charges, trial. Company involvement? Cooperation required. Transparency important. To maintain victim status. We filed report to FBI Portland Field Office. Agent Sarah Martinez was assigned to case. Experienced white-collar crime investigator. Mr. Thompson, This is serious financial crime. We'll start full investigation. How will process proceed? First, internal evidence collection. Interview employees. Review financial records. Then formal charges. Timeline. Investigation 4 to 6 weeks. Depends on complexity. Our cooperation? Full cooperation expected. Evidence sharing. Employee interviews. It was time to confront Jennifer, but with FBI guidance. Controlled environment. Witnesses present. Recording would be made. We arranged meeting in CEO office Friday afternoon. Jennifer had no suspicion. Thought it was routine financial review. Jennifer, we need to discuss personnel files discrepancy. What kind of discrepancy, Brian? Jonathan Miller's employment status. Jennifer's face expression changed slightly. Almost imperceptible. But trained, I noticed. I'm not sure what you mean. Jennifer, we've been paying salary to non-existent employee for 3 years. That's impossible. All employees are properly documented. We have evidence, Jennifer. Bank records, ATM footage, system logs. Jennifer realized she was caught. Body language changed. Defensive posture. Nervous gestures. I can explain. We're listening. Long pause. Jennifer calculating options. Tears started. I was having financial problems. Personal problems. Desperate situation. So you created fake employee? It was going to be temporary solution. I would pay back. $162,000 isn't temporary, Jennifer. I know. It got out of control. Why Jonathan Miller? Random name. Yes. I created composite CV. Did research. Believable background. How long were you planning? Months. Desperate times. Divorce proceedings. Legal fees. Medical bills for mother. Full confession came. Jennifer explained everything. Motive. Method. Timeline. Emotional breakdown. Guilt, shame, regret. FBI issued arrest warrant same day. Jennifer Walsh was formally arrested. Charged with wire fraud, federal crime. Mail fraud, federal crime. Identity theft, federal crime. Embezzlement, state crime. Money laundering, federal crime. Federal court proceedings began. District Attorney Catherine Foster prosecuted case. High-profile case. Significant media attention. Evidence was overwhelming. Bank records. Clear money trail. ATM surveillance. Video evidence. System access logs. Technical proof. Confession transcript. Admission of guilt. Financial analysis. Lifestyle inflation. Jennifer's defense attorney attempted plea bargain. Presented mitigation factors. Your Honor, my client is cooperating fully. We offer restitution. Personal circumstances are extenuating. The amount of theft is extensive. Sophisticated scheme. Prison time is inevitable. Pre-sentencing investigation was comprehensive. Character witnesses. Financial analysis. Psychological evaluation. Family situation. Medical issues. Employment history. Sentencing hearing was emotional. Courtroom packed. Media present. Family members both sides. Jennifer's statement. Your Honor, I deeply regret my actions. I made poor judgment during personal financial crisis. No excuse for betraying trust. I accept full responsibility. I read company impact statement. Your Honor, this theft violated trust. Company reputation was damaged. Employee morale was affected. Financial impact was significant. Justice is necessary for closure. Victim impact statements from employees. Trust issues, workplace stress, reputation concerns. Judge gave sentence after careful consideration. 4 years federal prison. $162,000 full restitution. $25,000 additional penalties and fines. 3 years supervised probation after release. Permanent ban from financial positions. Community service. 500 hours financial literacy education. We also filed civil lawsuit. 4 asset recovery. Jennifer's house, car, savings accounts, investments were seized. Liquidation process began. Restitution process was gradual but successful. Company recovered $145,000 over 18 months. Remaining amount was covered by insurance. We implemented internal system changes, comprehensive security overhaul. Dual approval for new employees. Monthly phantom employee audits. Enhanced background verification. Segregation of duties in payroll. Regular financial audits. Multi-factor authentication. Access control reviews. System activity monitoring. Suspicious transaction alerts. We hired new CFO after extensive search. Maria Gonzalez, with CPA background, 15 years experience, impeccable references. She established strong internal controls immediately. We organized employee training sessions. Fraud awareness education mandatory for all. Red flags recognition. Reporting procedures. Ethical guidelines. Team, we must learn from this incident. Fraud prevention is everyone's responsibility. Vigilance is essential. Trust but verify. We significantly strengthen security measures. Biometric access controls. Real-time transaction monitoring. Automated anomaly detection. Regular penetration testing. External security audits. Employee background re-verification. Insurance claim process was straightforward. Employment practices liability coverage was applicable. Crime insurance provided additional coverage. Remaining losses were fully covered. Jennifer Walsh is serving sentence in federal prison. She's participating in rehabilitation programs. She's teaching financial crimes education to other inmates. Model prisoner behavior. Early release possible with good conduct. Lesson learned was invaluable. Trust but verify principle. Internal controls essential. Employee oversight necessary. Regular audits critical. Segregation of duties fundamental. Media coverage was extensive. Local news stations covered story. Portland Construction Company uncovers $162,000 phantom employee fraud. National business publications published warning articles. Industry magazines shared best practices. Professional associations organized seminars. Fraud prevention education became mandatory. They used our story as case study example. I started doing speaking engagements. Became presenter at business conferences on fraud prevention topics. Phantom employee fraud is more common than you think. Vigilance is essential. Internal controls save companies. Company culture became stronger after experience. Team cooperation improved significantly. Transparency increased. Communication enhanced. Trust was rebuilt gradually. New policies were highly effective. No additional fraud incidents for 2 years. System integrity maintained. Employee confidence restored. Jonathan Miller identity was permanently disabled in all systems. Social Security Administration notified. IRS informed. Banking blacklist. Credit bureaus alerted. Recovery process was successfully completed. Company financial health was fully restored. Employee confidence was completely rebuilt. Reputation recovered in industry. Justice was truly served in this case. Criminal was properly prosecuted. Victim was fairly compensated. System was significantly improved. Prevention measures were implemented. Prevention is now top priority. Education is ongoing. Awareness is high. Protection measures are active. Vigilance is constant. Today, Evercrest Construction Group is stronger than ever. Fraud prevention model example for industry. Best practices are shared widely. Security measures are exemplary. Trust was earned back slowly but surely. Reputation was fully recovered. Business is thriving. Growth is continuing. Future is secure. Lesson is crystal clear. Vigilance is eternal price of security. Internal controls are absolutely essential. Trust always requires verification. Prevention is better than cure. Story serves as powerful warning for other businesses. Phantom employee fraud is real and present threat. But detection is absolutely possible with proper procedures and diligence. Team is now fully educated. Management is constantly alert. Systems are completely secure. Future is thoroughly protected. Together, we prevented future fraud. Justice was achieved. Accountability was maintained. Security was ensured. This experience made me stronger leader, more vigilant manager, better protector of company assets, more aware of human nature complexities. Family is proud of integrity. Community respects actions. Industry recognizes expertise. Future is bright and secure.